one, if this is what we're worried about, most of the reform proposals have nothing to do with this and aren't going to, as Kevin more or less acknowledged, aren't going to change anyone's view. And indeed, the longer the fight goes on, the more attention gets paid to the Snowden documents and the perception that NSA is collecting everything. If this is what we're worried about, we should focus on things like MLAT reform. And frankly, rather than a world apology tour, we should be taking some of this fight to the people who are misusing it for mercantilist advantage. And high on that list has to be the European Union, which has patented the business method of holding American companies hostage over their objections to some U.S. government policy that has nothing to do with those companies. They did that to airlines over PNR. They did that to SWIFT over U.S. collection of terrorist finance information. They're doing it now over Safe Harbor, trying to find a way to say we will threaten all of the U.S. companies that want to do business transatlantically with losing their protection under the Safe Harbor as a way of trying to extract concessions from the United States on unrelated topics. They want to regulate, they have no authority to regulate any intelligence service in Europe. The only intelligence service they think they have the authority to regulate is the United States. It's time to call their bluff over this. And one of the things that, frankly, for people here in Congress, you ought to be thinking about is the European Parliament comes over here all the time. They constantly are thinking of ways to hurt U.S. companies, putting them into law and saying, we're doing it to protect privacy. And when they come here, they hear nothing from Congress to suggest there's anything wrong with the positions that they're taking. Congress here needs to be as aggressive about protecting U.S. interests as the Europeans are about protecting European economic interests. And that means taking action to prevent and to specify consequences from any effort to screw around with the Safe Harbor over this issue, which really has nothing to do with the law of privacy in Europe, which the Safe Harbor already fully vindicates.